arresting you on suspicion of breaching your community protection order by being in less than 100 metres from a police station. I'm also arresting you on suspicion of being found in an enclosed premises. Do not have to say anything that may harm defence. You do not mention one question, something which later on.
Welcome to Candid Cops UK. Real stories, real duty. Life behind the badge.
This episode is brought to us by Brett Chamberlain. Be sure to check the link below and subscribe to his channel and give him the credit he deserves. In this episode, Order to Brett walks straight into one of the dumbest and costly police blunders I've ever covered. He steps into the police station's privacy room, a room he'd already been allowed into before, but two officers storm in and start questioning him like he's broken into a vault. Brett brushes them off, but suddenly they arrest him for breaching a court order that has absolutely nothing to do with him. It's one of the most embarrassing.
This isn't public access in here.
Yeah, but I'm in conversation with a what's
I know, but this isn't a public access area, so you can just head out into here for me.
I'm in the middle of a conversation. This is so that I can have a private conversation. Yeah, but I'm having a private conversation with him.
Okay, you're not at the minute though, so if you could just head out on here, because this is a private room. Thank you very much.
Sure. Right. What's your name again, sorry?
As I said, Tony.
Tony and Lucy, was it?
Yeah.
All right.
Correct.
And you're 8013.
7536.
And you want to know how I managed to get through there?
Yeah.
Why are you so curious about that?
See, are you not going to tell us? I
Restricted area.
mean, ultimately we can look at the cameras. If you can tell us, that would just be quicker for everyone involved, wouldn't it?
Well, I don't see what I need to tell you.
Okay, well we'll wait on it.
Why are you so curious about that then?
Because it's a locked room, that's all.
Maybe I've got superpowers.
Do we know who can access the cameras in the front office? Staff, I don't know.
The officers reacted as if Brett had broken through high security, but in reality, he only opened a closed door that was unlocked and had no warning signs. Under policing and property rules, that matters because if there is no sign or barrier, a member of the public has no reason to think the area is restricted. Brett didn't force his way in, ignore instructions, or bypass any security. If the police wanted the room to be private, it was their responsibility to lock the door, and they didn't. That is a failure in procedure, not a crime. Instead of admitting this mistake, they tried to escalate the situation by checking cameras, which is exactly why the situation got out of control.
Have you just come out of custody?
No.
No.
Well, I did go and see custody.
You want to go seek her?
Yeah, I was just having a look round.
Did they help you?
Well, she opened the door for me. But I was having a look round.
I think we just need to make sure that this door is secure, that's really...
Yeah.
Because you're not committing any offences, so we just need to make sure that the door is secure, that's all. I wonder if it's just been left slightly...
But that's just a private room, isn't it? So you can have a private conversation rather than having a public one out
Let
here.
into it, were you? I'm out of the police station. Don't want you in the police station.
Why not? It's a public building.
I think you've got bail conditions not to be in them.
No, I haven't.
You've got a CBO condition, have you not?
No.
What have you got then?
Nothing at all.
I think you timed out.
What's CBO stand for?
In behaviour order.
No, I haven't.
My colleague's just going to get some details. And we'll work it out from there.
How are you? How can I not be allowed to go in a police station then? It's like not being allowed in a hospital if you had a road accident or something. If I've got business to be in here.
Male officer refused to let Brett back into the police station, which is a public building, based only on his guess that Brett might have a CBO. He hadn't even confirmed this with the colleague who was checking Brett's details, but he treated his assumption as if it were a fact. You can't block someone from accessing a public service based on a hunch, especially when that person is clearly saying they are waiting for an officer they were already speaking with. A criminal behavior order is a serious court order given after a conviction and comes with strict limits on a person's movements. It's not something you casually assume, because if you're wrong, you end up unlawfully denying an innocent person their basic rights.
What's your business to be in there?
Well, I have got business to be in there.
What's your business?
I'm inquiring and following up about an illegal arrest.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, well that remains to be seen, doesn't it?
What, as to whether it was illegal or not? You know my name, do you?
Yeah.
Because obviously that gentleman in there, who's very polite actually and very helpful, he knows who I am. What would happen if I went in the police station then?
You'll be breaching whatever order it is that you've been given.
Well, I haven't been given any orders. When you get, just tell me how you get given the order, because as far as I know, there's no order. But how would it have been presented? In some sort of document form, wouldn't it?
Usually, yeah.
And I'd have had a bit of paper or a bit of writing on there saying,
Or you may have been to court.
no, I'm been to court, only in jury service. I'm allowed in the police station until you can prove that otherwise, aren't I?
It ends up doing the officer's job for him, and his reasoning is solid. If a criminal behavior order really exists, it comes from a court, is officially recorded, and is properly served on the person. That means you would have either stood in front of a magistrate or been formally notified, and you would have paperwork clearly explaining the conditions. By calmly asking how he would have received it and whether he should have documents, Brett points out the obvious truth. If none of that happened, then there is either no order or it's the wrong person. Before stopping someone from entering, the officer should have properly confirmed the person's identity, checked the system for an active CBO, and verified that it had been served and what its terms were. Policing standards require decisions based on evidence, not guesswork.
At the moment, no, because we don't want you in there just at the moment.
Why not?
Because we believe that you're breaching a community order.
Community order?
Yeah.
How else would the community order work then? So, for example, would it be for like antisocial behaviour or?
I believe so. I haven't seen the order myself.
Yeah, there would be. What I'm getting at is there would be a reason, would there, as to why you're not allowed to do something. Is that right? Yeah, and that would be down there as well. What sort of things could you be given that sort of?
There's a multitude of things.
Oh, go on. These are what I'm interested in. Oh, yeah.
Hello. Can I just confirm your name is Julian?
Some people call me that. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Julian, the time is 1:15 p.m. I'm arresting you on suspicion of breaching your community protection order
I haven't got a community protection
by being
order.
in less than 100 metres from a police station. I'm also arresting you on suspicion of being found in an enclosed premises. Do not have to say anything that may harm defence. You do not mention one question, something which later will lie in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Do you understand what that means?
Yeah. But
So you're under arrest now, so you're not allowed your phone.
She asked, "Your name's Julian?" And Brett honestly replied, "Some people call me that." That should have been the moment for her to properly check his identity by confirming his full legal name, spelling, date of birth, and running the usual checks. Instead, she treated a casual nickname as if it were a legally confirmed identity and moved straight to arrest. This is a serious breakdown in procedure, and the charges she then added make it even worse. She arrested Brett for breaching a community protection order, and then also claimed he was found in an enclosed premises, but that allegation falls apart immediately based on her own statements.
I think we just need to make sure that this door is secure, that's really...
Yeah.
Because you're not committing any offences, so we just need to make sure that the door is secure, that's all.
She admitted the door was not locked, admitted that Brett did not force his way in, and admitted that no crime had taken place. Despite this, she still arrested him for the very thing she had already confirmed was not an offense.
so what happened was I was arrested. They used force against me and put me in cuffs and bent my fingers back. They stuck me into the back of the police van and took me around to the custody place where I was told that I'd breached a behavioural order and I'd got into a secure area. Well, I protested my innocence, and they looked into it and discovered that they had arrested the wrong person. That there's another person with my name and date of birth who had a behavioural order against them, and they thought that that was me, and like I say, arrested me for it. And then this secure area I got into, well, the door was ajar. It's in the public foyer, where you have a private conversation with the police staff.
Brett was taken into custody as if he were a dangerous criminal, all based on an identity that was never properly confirmed. As soon as he arrived, the truth became clear. The person they were actually looking for had the same name and date of birth, but it wasn't Brett. This alone shows how careless their actions were, as they arrested someone based on a guess without proper checks or basic safeguards against misidentification. To make things worse, they accused him of entering a secure area, but even in custody, they had to admit what Brett had said from the start. The door wasn't locked and wasn't secure at all. It was slightly open and led to a public privacy room meant for members of the public to speak confidentially with staff. By the time they accepted he was completely innocent, the harm had already been done, including an unlawful arrest, pain from the handcuffs, and a complete failure of professionalism from beginning to end.
In the police station there, I had legitimate reason to be in there. I wanted to talk to them about the previous case. Guys in the custody suite, to be fair, are nice guys. Big up Graham in the custody. But they released me, saying they'd checked the CCTV footage and seen that the door was ajar, and I just pushed the door open and went in. So it wasn't a secure area. So that's that, really. Pretty shocking to get arrested, though, for that, isn't it?
Brett's response explains the situation more clearly than any detailed analysis ever could. When someone asked how police could arrest the wrong person inside their own station in this age of technology, Brett summed it up with one fact: £7,000 plus legal fees, likely totaling over £20,000. You don't pay that kind of money unless the arrest was clearly wrong and impossible to defend. The officers didn't just make a small mistake. They handled it so badly that the only way out was to quietly pay taxpayer money and avoid further embarrassment. What makes it worse is that the entire incident was easily preventable. Brett wasn't aggressive, disruptive, or acting suspiciously. He simply walked into an unlocked, unmarked privacy room that the police themselves failed to secure. Instead of treating him like a member of the public waiting to speak to an officer, they treated him like a criminal suspect. As the mistaken identity became obvious, the officers had several chances to stop and check properly, especially when Brett asked sensible questions about paperwork and court orders. Those questions should have made it clear they had the wrong person, but instead they doubled down. One moment the officer admitted he had committed no offense, and the next she arrested him for crimes he didn't commit. The final payout of over £20,000 proves the police knew they had no case. Brett got justice, but the public paid for the police's mistakes, showing once again that competence in policing isn't optional, it's essential.